great pleasure this morning to share with you today's address. And it has, as you may have guessed, a natural Kiwi flavour. In the Great War, as the First World War was known at the time, 5% of New Zealanders' military-aged men died. At the end of 4 long years of fighting, mainly in Turkey, France and Belgium, the country emerged with an increased sense of national identity. As you're likely aware, the Great War was caused by the destabilisation of the balance of power in Europe, due in part to the rise of Germany. The war began in 1914 when Austria-Hungary invaded Serbia. Additionally, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand by Gavrilo Princip, and then countries made alliances with each other, and soon most of Europe was at war. Australian and New Zealand troops, Anzacs, I'll repeat that, Australian and New Zealand troops, Anzacs, supported French, British soldiers in an attempt to capture the Gallipoli Peninsula in Turkey. We will start with a generous replay. Can I ask those who are seated, please? Mayor Shane Van Stein, representing the City of Greater Geraldton. Alison Cantrell, on behalf of Shane de Grusa, Honourable Shane de Grusa. The Honourable Sandra Carr, MLC. Lance Corporal William Gillespie, Half and Private Dylan Bennett Surtees.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
Telephone party, empty, up! Telephone party, freeze dead, up!
lest we forget. Dismount the guard.
Catapult party. Left and right. Turn. Catapult party. By the center. Quick. March.
Again, on your collective behalf, my heart and my thanks go out to Barry Spencer and his team of many, many people, hundreds of people. To our veterans who have paraded here this morning, a sincere thank you for showing up in such large numbers. To our guests who have shown up this morning in large numbers, thank you for giving us your time, which I know, and we all know, is valuable. Let's not forget the flyer that's going to happen in a few moments if we remain and mingle with each other and we think about the space, one between 6 of you, that's vacated for those in New Zealand who gave their lives in the same way that their brothers in arms in Australia gave their lives. Thank you to everyone who is here. Turn to your neighbours, wish them well. And keep safe. Thank you all very much.
on the way into the city of Geraldton to see the main parade for Anzac Day here. And well, the city of Geraldton usually put on a really nice parade through the centre of town. Well, as would every other, I guess, town, community, city in Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, may as well come into town, check it out. The dawn service was bloody great. Really nice ceremony, a lot of people as well. Anyway, I'll get myself into Geraldton and try and find some parking, because I know it's going to be absolutely flat out, and Geraldton's really not the best for parking, even without a caravan. Not too sure where they're going to do the parade through, what streets they're going to do it through, but we'll get there early enough that I can sort of have a look around and follow it around wherever it goes. So I'll get in there and park up. Well, happy days. Got myself a parking spot pretty close to the middle of town. I've sort of got an idea of where the parade's going to be. There's a couple of roads closed off for traffic control. Police cars there, but I guess I'll start walking towards there, which is right on the foreshore near Dome, and see what we can see. We've got 20 minutes until it starts, which is good. Plenty of time. Maybe enough time to get a cuppa. Right, we got there in time. We got a cuppa as well, and I want to say a huge thank you to all our Patreons. Yeah, supporting us in so many different ways. You're dead set legends, and this is one of them as well, keeping us going like this. So I got to let Soch know, pick up a coffee, and thank you a lot again. But thank you. And it looks like we'll head over here where everyone's sorting to congregate together. So not 100% sure which way they're walking or which way the parade's going. I guess we'll just sort of follow them around. There's not a lot of information on the City of Geraldton page, but yeah, we'll just follow them around. Right, it was a quick little parade, that one. We'll try and race across to the RSL and cut them off and see what they're doing over there. But cut through the park. Hopefully we've got some good drone footage as well.
A warm and a generous welcome to the Honourable Melissa Price, Minister for Defence Industry and Minister for Science and Technology. Her partner, Mr Bradley Bell, Captain Jack Drawning.
party! Go! Catapult party! Outward! Home! Catapult party! Resting on arms! Reverse!
Thank you. Please take your seats.
Perfectly timed. That's the first time you'll hear me say that about it. We are not here today to celebrate or glorify war or our military traditions, but to remember those who have fought and sacrificed for our country. We can only imagine the original Anzacs' feelings as they approached the enemy shore, determined to secure their exploits, Australia's place in the world as a defender of a just world. Those original Anzacs established a legacy that has defined our nation and continues to inspire us today. When Gallipoli is mentioned, most Australians will immediately think of soldiers storming ashore at Anzac Cove, Simpson and his donkey evacuating the wounded, or the heavy fightings at the Battle of Lone Pine in the Neck. But we not only remember the original Anzacs who served at Gallipoli, but those on the Western Front and in Palestine, in the air above the battlefields and on the world's oceans, and to also commemorate more than a century of service by Australian military personnel. They served with distinction and earned a reputation for being courageous, loyal, resourceful, resilient, and dedicated, in terrible conditions that we today find very difficult to comprehend. It is these qualities that have become the hallmarks and the inspiration for the Australian and New Zealand sailors, soldiers, aviators that have followed in their footsteps, whether during the remainder of World War I, in World War II, in Korea, in Borneo, in Malaya, in Vietnam, in East Timor, in Iraq or in Afghanistan. Close off Geraldton, where the Indian Ocean laps this pristine coastline, so far from these overseas battlefields, bore witness to the greatest single loss of life suffered by the Royal Australian Navy. We honour the entire ship's company of HMAS Sydney 2, all of them lost, 645 lives. We will never know of the individual and collective acts of valour displayed by the crew on the 19th of November 1941 off the coast of Geraldton, firstly in a naval battle against the German raider Cormoran, and ultimately in their battle against the sea itself, which ultimately claimed their lives. Their sacrifice is commemorated by the moving memorial which overlooks us here today. We also remember the more than 100,000 who have died and those that have returned, many with scars that time would not heal. We remember those that continue to serve our nation with distinction all around the world. We remember the courage, the endurance and the mateship that forged a spirit and a legend that lives on to today. We remember that they fought to defeat tyranny. They fought to restore peace and avert war. They fought for freedom to ensure that we can live in a world and be part of a society that respects liberty, democracy and protects human life. We come together to remind ourselves of the terrible cost of securing our freedoms that we take for granted today. It is a day of great sadness, yet one of justifiable pride. Pride in the men and women who have displayed great courage, discipline and self-sacrifice in choosing a life of service to their country, their family and their friends. Today we thank them and remember that their sacrifice has not been in vain. They gave so much in the belief that the principles we as a nation hold dear were worth defending, so that today and into the future we all have a full and satisfying life. We come together as a community to pay thanks for their sacrifice, especially for those who have paid the ultimate price in the service of our nation, and to acknowledge those that did return or currently serve so that we can live in a better world. Let us recommit ourselves to their memory, lest we forget.
For the vast majority of Australians and New Zealanders who landed on April 25, 1915, they've never experienced combat. Yet, they so willingly flee from the comforts of their beds, their children, their wives and their families, only to encounter harsh lands, impossible odds, and most oftentimes death. They made a sacrifice, just as servicemen and women make sacrifices today for the benefit of us all. And as a message to the youth, we live in a country of freedom, peace, and privilege. We live in a country built from not only bravery, but sacrifice and mateship. We're living full and complete lives because they gave up theirs. So I hope all youth join with me in choosing every day to live life to the fullest, being sure to not take anything for granted and appreciating every day of life for the sake of those who lost theirs.
Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. Lest we forget.
The Cenotaph Guard will dismount and reform to fire 3 volleys. You are gently advised to cradle young ones and protect their ears. And indeed, those in closer proximity are also invited to protect their ears.
Firing party, volley using blank cartridges. Left turn. Volley using blank cartridges. Load. Preset. Stop. Load. Preset. Pump. Load. Preset. Pump. Stop.
And far be it from me to say I told you so.
Firing party, fire the left. Quick. March.
As we close our service today, it is appropriate to thank the very large numbers of people and organisations that have made our commemorations today possible. Thank you all. Yet notably, and on your collective behalf, RSLWA, Lottery West, the City of Greater Geraldton, 6530 Events and Entertainment, Sing Australia, Geraldton City Band, Altus Traffic Management, St John's Ambulance, SES, volunteers, and many, many more. On a personal note, Simone and Carolyn, thank you both very much. And to my dear friend, Barry Stinson, good on you, mate. And thank you everyone, and stay safe.
Police, all out.
So a really well put together little show there, and another good turnout, especially in this heat. I think it was around 31 degrees, but a really good turnout. But they were giving out bottles of water, which was really good. They had SES and paramedics walking around, just sort of checking on everyone and giving out the water, which was really good. But now we've got to, I guess, make our way back to wherever our car's parked. Just a fair old walk away, but we'll get over there, and I'm running out of battery, so we'll see you there. Righto, that's going to be a wrap, I think. I'm not too sure where this video is going to go, how long it's going to be, what's sort of going on there. As just sort of did a lot of running around, filming a lot of what was going on, and not much talking, which, yeah, it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed it, the Geraldton Anzac Parade, which was a good little show, a really nice little show. I'm very surprised how many, I guess, younger crew were out there, especially this morning. It was almost double the amount of people this morning for the dawn service, which is really good to see, really good to see. Anyway, we'll wrap it up here. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers for watching.
This is Grandma, she's 9.
9.
Yeah. This one's 5, and she's a standard. And he's a standard. Canvas and Pippa. Just a bit closer. These are minis, they're standards. That's her puppy.
So happy days, we got ourselves I'm gonna stop saying we. But anyway, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. I hope you enjoyed the Geraldton Anzac. Forgotten what it is. I guess we're gonna end it there. I guess we're gonna end it there. I hope you enjoyed the, keep saying I guess.